Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Before I start this vlog proper, I'm going to say first of all, I'm going to thank everyone, okay, for all the love. To be honest, the love is massive. The love, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. First of all, I'm going to thank Lily. Thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate everything you've been doing for me on this street. To be honest, I'm grateful, okay? And then thank you to everyone that has joined me so far, everybody that has been supporting me, everybody that has been rooting for me. You guys, I see all your love, I see all your comments, I see everything, to be honest. And I appreciate every one of you. Thank you all so, so much. May God continue to bless you people for me. But I'm making this video because I feel like there are certain things that need to be addressed, and I want to address those things in this video. First of all, everybody has their good parts and their bad parts, right? Because we are all work in progress. Everybody's just trying to evolve, grow, you know. Nobody is perfect. I am not perfect. So my ex-husband too is not perfect. Okay. However, there are people whom their own imperfection is way higher than others, especially to a certain person. Somebody can be good to everybody, but just might just single one person out and be bad towards that person. And if that person is explaining how this person has been bad to his or him or her, every other person will not believe it because that particular person has been good to every other person. Sure, you understand. So it still boils down to this imperfection that I'm talking about. Now, my ex-husband, there are places where he's really good at. There are places where I loved him for. And those places are when it comes to being a man. He's a strong-willed man, and other men don't boss him around. You get? Yes, I love that about him. I like men that are strong. Okay. Which was probably why I didn't notice the abuse initially. You understand? Because I felt it was, yeah, he's being a man. You get? And I like that about him. And then secondly, he's a very clean man. I never seen man very clean, which you know, he's a very clean man. His bossers, his singlet, he knows how to take care of himself. That one, I give it to him. You get? So these two places now are the places where I say, yes, I actually saw good things. You understand? So, but then it still doesn't change the fact that he was good to other people. But just to me, he wasn't. I don't know, maybe it has to do with my energy or something that just, or maybe immediately I realized that I was being abused. Because initially, I didn't really realize it. Initially, I didn't really realize it. So I just let it slide. You get, I was just doing my thing. You get, So I'm going to do a video of how we met, our dating phase, everything, but to be in a different video. However, what I want to address in this video, because there are still people in the comment section that are telling me that I should stop talking about him, and there are people that are still telling me that they still think that they don't like divorce. You know, people have things to say. And to be honest, I am not upset with you people because I feel like everybody has the right for their own decision, have what they think or what they believe in. So it's not in my position to come and start telling you what to do or what not to do. And because we have freedom of speech, everybody has the right to air their own opinion respectfully. So because they did not really disrespect me, I give it to them. You understand? So I'm not disrespecting you people either. I appreciate your support and your love. However, there are certain things I want to address, okay? Because first of all, for the person that is telling me, why are you making these videos? It's getting boring. Stop talking about it. Yeah, I know. I know at some point it will look like it's getting boring, but this time around, I am not going to stop until I finish what I want to do. When I initially when I started sharing these stories, I've shared these stories like 3 years ago, and a lot of people were like, they were learning from these things. Then some other people were like, it's too much. Move on with your life. Stop talking about this man. And then I stopped. And it was the period when he came back to the life of my children again. So I felt there's no need talking about him since he has started living up to his expectation. You understand? So I stopped. Stopped talking about him. And you know the funny thing, all those people that were telling me do vlogs, do other things, do this one, do that one, all of them stopped watching too. All those people, they stopped watching too. So you see why you ask me to stop or you ask me not to stop, it doesn't really matter. Anybody that wants to watch my content will watch it. But I believe I'm actually teaching people out there. There are people that might be going through one thing. I have a lot of people, even on Facebook, that reach out to me privately to share their problems with me. Think it's a lie. No, I don't want to screenshot. No, I will not do that. In my inbox, there are plenty women, even married women, some single mothers too, that are in my inbox sharing their problems too with me. So if I'm not coming out to share my own stories, do you think that they will come out to reach out to me to ask one question or one advice or the other? They will not. All of them will still be in their marriages, dying in silence. You get hair. So that is why I'm sharing this story. And that's why I'm sharing this story is because him too is keeping, he's documenting his own side. The day this man go come out talking, una go shock. And it's a big keep record. Me personally, I don't know how to keep record. And the only way now I can start keeping these records is by this content that I'm creating. You get? I keep make them, I share them. One, in the future, I might not remember it to say it exactly how it happens. But the ones that I remember now and say it exactly how it happened, when my children watch it in the next 20 years, whatever year they're going to watch it, they will understand it. You understand what I'm saying? They'll be like, okay, this is what really happened. This is what happened. Unlike when I start telling them, yeah, in the year 2000 and this one, that year, this one happened, and they might not really get it. But now they can go back and see these videos for themselves and watch it, because these are the things I cannot come and start telling them now because they're too young to understand. One, and telling them these things now will be like making them hate their father. No, and I don't want that. It is me and him that have this issue. I do not want to involve these children. I do not want them to start hating their father. But I want them, by the time they start watching it, they'll be mentally matured. So when they will hear my own side of the story, you understand? So they will understand what we went through. Imagine looking back now at those videos I did when I was in the village. Looking back at those village now, I'm happy I did them. Imagine that I didn't meet Lily Pope and she never encouraged me to make those videos. Today I would have been stories that I'll be sharing. There was a time I used to live in the village. And you people will not understand it. These same people that are telling me this thing that they will not understand it. But because I made those videos that time, now when I'm talking about these things, I already have proofs. You get? It's the same thing with now. In the next 5-20 years now, I don't know what is going to happen. These things I'm saying now are the things I'm going to be looking back to as proof again. So please, I have other vlogs. This past 3 years that I never talked about him, I made vlogs. Is it travel vlogs? What are the vlogs that I did not do? I did them. So if you feel like you do not want to be watching this particular content, please, I'm going to link a lot of all my lifestyle vlogs in the description box so that you can go and watch them. You get? But please, allow me share this story. I need to share these stories. You get? It's equally part of my healing process. I am not saying that I'm still pained. No, God knows that. If you see me when I was even married, you know that I'm better now. Because that time I looked a mess. I was looking at one of my videos. I'm going to try and add the clip here. One of the videos I did when I was married, when he didn't know I was hiding to do the content. If you see the sponge I was carrying my head, say is weak. I looked at myself and I laughed. I said, Jesus Christ, this is what Ewo. And I was even bugaring that I was married to an abroad husband that time. God. So these are the things that when I look back at them now, I feel like, wow, I really did something for myself. So please allow me document these things because I know that he himself is documenting these things too. Okay. So there's this comment somebody left me. Let me address it. Even though I've touched it somehow. But let me still talk about it. She said Angel is a TV. I think she's a content creator. I've not really checked though. But then she said, you're a nice person. But the problem is instead of you to pray, you packed. People want their marriage to work. Pray, not pack. Some people misbehave not on their own, but demonically influenced. That might be the case of your ex-husband. He needed your prayers and patience. Since God does not permit remarriage, you can still pray him back to his first marriage with you. Shalom. I guess that shalom is love. It means love. Okay, sis. Um, thank you, first of all. You said I'm a nice person. Thank you. And then the problem is that instead of me to pray, I packed. And this comment, she dropped it in the last video I did about how the marriage left me. So that's the video she watched and dropped this comment. And she said, instead of me to pray, I packed. Sis, you were not there. How would you know I didn't pray? Do you know how much sleepless nights this thing gave me? Do you know how much I cried? How much at night everybody would go back to sleep with their husband, everybody sleeping. How many times I cried at night? Do you know? How many times I cried praying? Okay, let me tell you something. One day, that time my first daughter was still alive. We were living in our old the house before we moved into that one that I packed out. And we've been having this cheating problem from him, not me. And that day I was so broken. I was wondering what was wrong. What is wrong with me? I remember that night. I can't remember where I read or where I saw that as a married woman, sometimes you can go naked and pray to God, ask God to, unite your family, to do something for your family. And that day, everybody was sleeping in the rooms and I came out in the parlor to pray. I was stuck naked praying. I was crying and praying silently. Nobody was even hearing my voice. And he came. He did not join me in the prayer or take over the prayer. You get? He only came and like carried me up. Well, I was still praying. He just came there and carried me up. I was like, oh yeah, come and sleep. You've not slept. You understand? So I told him wait that I was praying. He said come, almost like he was forcing me inside to come and sleep. You get? I told him okay, don't worry, go. He said no, let's go inside, let's go and sleep. So even though it might sound like it's loving, oh love, oh, but no, it wasn't love. It was more like trying to disrupt me or distract me from that prayer I was praying. What I'm saying now is something that happened in the middle of the night. And he came, used my wrap and covered me and softly pushing me to the room to go and sleep. So you telling me that I did not pray, and instead of praying that I packed, it's, to be honest, it's painful because you were not in my shoe. You didn't see how much I prayed. And don't think that God didn't answer my prayer. All the prayers that I prayed, all the cry that I cried. Don't for once think that no, God did not answer my prayer. Yes, God is against divorce. But then there's still another there's God is against divorce, yes, but there's still one ground for divorce, and that's adultery, fornication, adultery. Sorry, you understand? Cheating. That's the only ground God gave for divorce. So which means God did not say stay there and die. You understand? Which means God did not say stay there. You must cry in marriage. Just keep praying. Be praying, even if it's cheating, stay there and be praying. If you come and give us and give you, you die the faithful cause. That's not what God said. So don't think that God did not answer my prayer, because actually He did. I prayed. He said I shouldn't have packed. So what would I have done? I would have said, stayed in that flat. My rent has expired. No money to pay rent. And then wait for them to come and throw my things outside. And then I probably keep staying outside there to pray. I don't understand what you mean. Is it that you did not watch the video or what? Because it was still in that house that I was served. Sorry. It was still in that house that I was served the divorce papers. So I don't understand. I should have still stayed there and continued praying. What makes you think I did not pray? Okay. She said that some people misbehave not on their own, but demonically influenced. I agree. This now you said now is very possible. It's very much possible. But there's this Igbo adage that says, which means the ocean, not the swallow person when no see in leg. You cannot stay in your house and the ocean will come to your house and swallow you. Unless a tsunami happen and then it swallow a lot of people. But you cannot just stay in your house and the ocean will come to your room, come to you where you're at your office, come to you in the market and swallow you. You must have gone to the ocean for the ocean to swallow you. Abinobi, so on that ground, I rest my case on this one. Now, he needed your prayers and patience. Wow. My prayers and patience. For how many years again? How many years again was I supposed to just stay and be praying and be patient? How many years? I'm going to share you a story of how I almost killed myself. Okay. Since God does not permit remarriage. Seriously, where did you read that? Where did you read that God does not permit remarriage? And you really need to show me that place in the Bible. Because I've not seen the place where God said don't remarry. There's even one woman in the Bible where her husband died, the brothers married her. So where did you get that? The husband brother married her. So where did you get that place where you say God does not permit remarriage? Auntie, you obviously don't read your Bible. You can still bring him back to his first marriage with you. Seriously. And then what about the second marriage? Why need him? Truth is, I don't have any issues with this his wife, to be honest with you. Sometimes I wish I can, there's no point saying that. But the truth is, I don't have any issues with her at all. I don't. And I will never wish that her marriage breaks. You get my point now? Let her enjoy her marriage. If he's treating her right, I am happy for her. But if not, she'll find her way one day or the other. You understand? But right now, I'm wishing her happiness. Let her enjoy if he treats her well. As for me, I'm going to find my own. You get? And I'm going to remarry. You get? So it is not an issue. Now let me address the other. There's this other comment too. She said, this person says, "Nne, at this point, I believe we've heard enough about your ex. Can you please bring up different topics other than that? Because your channel is getting boring to me. I bet you the moment you stop bringing it up, you'll be fine." You see, I think I've addressed this one subconsciously. I cannot stop until when I feel like, okay, and I want to stop. And equally note that all this while I've been talking about him, I've never shared his pictures. I've never called his full name here. You understand? So There's a reason for that as well. Giving him the privacy while still sharing my story. This story is my story and it is mine to tell. Nobody's going to tell me when to stop or when not to share my story. Whenever I feel like I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. You get? We all have life experiences. You only choose to tell whom you want to tell. If you decide to tell your own privately, it is fine. If you decide to come online to share your own, it is still fine, as long as everybody learns from it. So don't tell me that I should not talk about him because he's talking about me every single day. Every single day. Do you know how many of my uncles I lost? Distant uncles that stopped. They didn't even know me. Story for another day. So please, don't tell me to stop. I'll stop when I feel it's right. When I feel like, okay, now I'm done sharing. Let me focus on my life. You get? And please, this is equally a disclaimer. All this thing I'm saying is not because I want to throw pity parties. It's not because I miss him. It's not because, oh, I want him back. It's not because, oh, you can't get over your enough of your over you. You still think. I don't know. Maybe there are people who get used to abuse, but not me. Definitely not me. I don't get used to abuse.